Hello, welcome to the Revero Success Story Podcast. I'm Tracy, your host. I'm here today with Lori. So nice to see you, Lori, and I'm thankful that you came to share your success with us.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. And can you start out telling us about your success on the carnivore diet? Can you tell me what kind of foods you ate and your health conditions prior to coming to a meat-based diet?
Sure. I had lost 65 pounds on keto in 2018. And I don't know if I got burned out or just got lazy or what, but during lockdown, I had noticed my weight creeping back up. I was not making good choices. And before I turned around twice, I had put 25 back on and just couldn't really get a grip back on my appetites. I had started adding in a lot of junk keto stuff. I wasn't meat-based keto, which is what got me healthy in the first place. And I was just looking for a way to get back on track. I found myself 20 pounds overweight, 25 pounds really, struggling with a thyroid condition where I had to go back on medication, and I had been off medication for a couple of years, and menopausal hormones out of control. My hair had completely fallen out. From my ears forward was nothing but scalp. Just about. I had a few wisps here and there, and I was wearing wigs full time. That's how bad it had gotten. I just had aches and pains, bloat. I just felt terrible. And I had bought Dr. Baker's book and read it and kind of tossed it to the side thinking, oh, I like my salads. I could never give up my nuts. And so anyway, when this challenge came up, I thought, you know what, maybe this is the answer. Maybe this is the jump start I needed. I didn't think I would make it into a lifestyle. I thought it was just going to be do my 30 days, drop some weight, and go back to keto. But in that first month, I just ate all the yummy meat I could want. I didn't count any grams of fat or grams of protein. I just ate. Usually it ended up being twice a day. I didn't just drop weight like crazy that first month, but the whole time through the adaptation phase, I was noticing my belly getting smaller and smaller, and that constant bloating and pressure and cramps and just that yucky feeling that I thought was normal for me. Digestion, everything just got better. And I thought, well, this hasn't been the magical weight loss pill I was looking for, but I'm just going to do another month. And so I did. And that is when I started noticing peach fuzz growing on my bald spots. And I thought, oh, it's just a fluke. This can't be. And so I kind of really got serious about counting grams of protein. I made sure I got 135 grams of protein. I ate beef, pork, poultry, fish, eggs, and a little bit of fermented dairy. And the weights that second month, it's like something kicked in and the weight started. It didn't really go down super fast, but I noticed I have this one of those bioimpedance scales, and I noticed my weight was going down slowly, but the body composition was changing right before my eyes. I was gaining muscle mass. I was losing body fat. The changes that I was seeing and the way I was feeling was just incredible. And now that I'm in my 5th month, I have added in some protein sparing modified fast days where I try to keep my fat grams around 40 for the day, but still get all my protein. And so that has really even made the recomposition even smoother, shedding the body fat where I want to shed it. And I feel great.
Wow, Lori, that sounds awesome. So I understand about the pandemic, and there was a lot of people that had challenges during that time.
Yeah.
Truly. And so how did you find out about this challenge that you started out with?
Well, I started a keto Facebook support group, and it was a private group, and it started as just my friends, and then it became my friends and their friends, and it grew up to about 1,000 people. And we just share recipes and talk. Nobody's an expert. It's more of a support group than an educational thing, but a chat had started up in that group about wanting to try carnivore. And so I thought, well, let's take those in the keto group that want to try carnivore through 30 days through the challenge. And there's still some that are still carnivore as well that have done really well. There's a lady in there who is type 2 diabetic and doing fantastic on carnivore. I don't know if she's off all of her medications, but she's definitely cut down and doing really well. So it was more just a group of girlfriends than a formal challenge hosted by anybody. It was just my Facebook group.
Right. Oh, that sounds awesome. So you heard about it, you took off with it. You said it just took a little while before you started seeing peach fuzz start growing in for your hair?
Yeah, I saw the peach fuzz probably the end of the second month, and then real hairs, like you can see I've got real hair started growing by the third month. And now that I'm in my fifth month, I had buzz cut my hair just down to the like a marine because under my wigs, who cares anyway? And so this is all new growth that's just happened in that time. And you know, people ask me what's going on with that, and I tell them, but I can't prove. It's just my in one story that I guess I was just drastically under eating protein. I'm not really sure. But I know some gut healing has happened because my thyroid antibodies are less than 1,000 for the first time almost ever. So that healing of getting the nuts and the seeds and oxalates and all those things, I was eating huge big salads every day on keto. I think that was causing me some inflammation that is healing, and that's the only explanation I can think of.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And so are you missing anything from keto, or are you pretty much so happy to be with carnivore?
I'm so happy, and I love the food. My 76-year-old dad lives with us, and he has gone carnivore. I do all the cooking for our family, and I have a story about that I want to tell you too. And so the guys that I cook for every night just eat whatever I make, and sometimes I'll throw some berries or some yogurt or something for my non-carnivore husband. He's low carb, but not carnivore. Just so he has more than one thing to eat. But they love the food, and they're all thriving and doing well. My dad's lost 70 pounds.
Wow.
So I'm so proud of him. In fact, we all had COVID last week, and I was so scared for him because it does seem to hit the elderly hard. But he did amazing. He didn't ever have to go to the doctor, no medications. He just took it slow for about a week, and we're all recovered now. So that's another benefit. But the food prep story I was going to tell you during this, my time as a carnivore, the second month, our house flooded and our kitchen was down to the studs. It was completely gutted. Our insurance company was saying, you can't live here because you're not going to have a kitchen. You need to go to a hotel for a month. And I really wanted to stay in our house because we're kind of out in the country, and I just wanted someone to be on the property. And so we told them the bedrooms were fine. So we stayed, and I said, I know this is the right diet for me, because if you can do this diet without a kitchen and just one refrigerator, I cooked every meal, eggs, meat, everything on the grill for a whole month without a kitchen, and we did fine. So as you know, as a wife and a mom, all of the menu planning and shopping and recipe gathering, and just it's so much sideways activity when you're doing the typical Southern mama cooking, and you're having to come up with side dishes and casseroles and meat and potatoes and all the things. It's so freeing just to remember to thaw your meat and you're good. And so I've been able to have a lot more fun and play with my grandkids and just enjoy some health and freedom without the constant menu planning. It's just, you decide, do I want a steak tonight or do I want to roast a pork butt or whatever? So that, to be able to do that and stay in my house was such a blessing, to just be able to throw things on I have a griddle, so I could do eggs and bacon and that kind of thing. We did fine. We never had to leave our house, and we're all put together now, so it's fine.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that it's all back together for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a tremendous blessing to have carnivore,
Yes.
because it's so simple. It's so simple.
It's so simple,
Mhm.
but delicious. I
Yeah.
don't miss all the other things.
Yeah. Was there anything that surprised you about going carnivore that you didn't notice with keto?
I thought that I was the person who needed variety. And I honestly could eat the same thing every day. And in fact, I do almost every day for lunch. I have a big bowl of ground beef, seasoned ground beef, because that works with my budget and it's super easy to just scramble it up. And I have, in these 5 months, now I'm a newbie, but in these 5 months, I've never sat down with my bowl of beef and thought, I wish I had something else. I'm always just hungry for what I have and so grateful for, the animals' sacrifice and my ability to receive nourishment from it. And I guess the only surprising thing is the other people's reactions is not always affirming, because they just don't understand. They think that fruits and vegetables plants are somehow nutritionally superior. And some of them will listen if I try to talk about it, and others just think you're going to die. But I had one person tell me that it wasn't very ladylike to be a carnivore.
Oh, wow.
But, that I don't even care, because they see my transformation. They see how good I feel. And I just decided I'm going to be living proof that I bet on the right horse, I guess.
Oh, right. Lori, you look great. You really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm so excited to hear about your success like this with your hair and your thyroid and everything. So I sure appreciate you coming to share your success with us. And I wondered if there's any kind of a tip you could give people who are just thinking about it, but they're not really sure they can give up their nuts or their salads, or any tips you got?
Just try it for 30 days. Start now, start today, start tonight, because you would be surprised the things, the way that meat heals. You're going to find that things that you just lived with that you thought were just getting old or just normal or just part of life, miraculously somehow find a path to healing. And what would it hurt for 30 days? If you need your mood lightened and your load lessened, and if managing food for you and counting carbs and entering everything in your food log it has become a burden, this is the path to freedom. And what harm could come in 30 days? Just try it and see how you feel.
Right. That's excellent advice. It's truly a blessing, I think, in many ways. I think I was led to carnivore, and I know that it was the right answer for me as well.
Good.
So thank you, Lori, so much for sharing with our audience, and I appreciate you taking the time.
My pleasure. Thanks for checking in with me.
Sure.
Try it, everybody.
Try it, everybody. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Bye.
You too.
Join Revero.health for a 30-day free trial to get access to live Q&A with VIP guests, social community meetings, member discounts, low-carb healthcare providers list, forum, workouts, monthly challenges, early access to podcasts, recipes, carnivore diet guide, fasting guide, shred guide, and much more.